Safeguarding the rights of everyone indeed informs the essence of having a constitution. No wonder the Bill of Rights in the Constitution is dubbed the People's Chapter.
When you look at the other aspects of the Constitution, how government will be structured, the responsibilities, who is going to have certain responsibilities, those are actually set out as the infrastructure for delivering what is contained in Chapter 4.
This probably explains why the Bill of Rights is the longest chapter in the proposed constitution. And among some of the contents that will change the enjoyment of rights in Kenya include the clause on limitation of rights or fundamental freedoms. The limitation of rights or freedoms will now be done by Parliament, that is through law, and only to the extent that is reasonable and justifiable in a democratic society.
We want the elected representatives to be the ones to determine limitation and not a civil servant in a security force, so that somebody does not go and raid, for example, a media house because somebody in an office somewhere decided that it was an issue of national security. No.
Another age-old practice that will change if the proposed constitution passes is the interrogation of public funds. Kenyans will have the right to hold the government to account if it does not fulfill their rights under Article 43, which says every person has a right to, among others, the highest attainable standard of health, accessible and adequate housing, social security and education.
You and I, we can go, if we live in a slum, we can go and tell the government we need proper housing. And the government, if the government says we do not have enough money to give you proper housing at this time, because of our economy, then they will have to come and prove it in court. So it's not just a blank statement. Government can no longer just say, we don't have money for that. No.
Still on the same article, 43.2 will now bring to an end the agonizing tendency in Kenya where patients in public hospitals at times fail to get attended to, even in emergency situations. It says a person shall not be denied emergency medical treatment, meaning one can sue the hospital if he or she is not attended to. The chapter also introduces special application of rights in Article 52, recognizing special rights for children, the youth, the old, persons with disabilities, and minorities and marginalized groups. The most contested clauses so far in the Bill of Rights are those on abortion. And for the critics of this chapter, controversy in the right to life negates the significance of all the other provisions.
All the other rights in the chapter on the Bill of Rights exist to defend and to support the right to life. Because if you are dead, you cannot enjoy any other right. So if the right to life is not defined completely and protected in the Constitution, is there even one other clause that can justify being in the Constitution?
But regarding the feasibility of the Bill of Rights, the Committee of Experts is quite optimistic.
It is workable, it is doable, and I think when more Kenyans begin to enjoy their rights, Kenya as a country will benefit from that. I think we will move towards a more peaceful and more prosperous country.
It is as practicable as what the Mwananchi of Kenya has asked for. Because when you look at these rights, these are the rights that the Mwananchi of Kenya presented and said we want these rights protected in our constitution.
The Bill of Rights will undoubtedly be one of the chapters that will inform how Kenyans vote come August 4th. Hussein